Happy birthday, Gordon Korman. Happy birthday. He is 61 years old today. Happy birthday, Gordon Korman. And if you have never heard of Gordon Korman, well, I'm here to tell you a little bit about him and 5 reasons why you should read a Gordon Korman book. You ready? Okay. Number 1, he published his first book when he was 14 years old. It's called This Can't Be Happening at McDonald Hall. And actually, my first year of teaching, it was one of the books that I read aloud to my 6th graders. It is, it's a pretty old book now. It's like over 40 years old, but still, he wrote his first book when he was 14 years old. All right, ready for the next one? 2, he is quite prolific. He's written all kinds of books. He really has. He has written over 100 books. So he's 61 years old. He's written over 100 books. You do the math. That's a lot of writing. So that's pretty cool. 3, he has had his books translated into over 30 languages. Yeah. So that's kind of cool too. He's very internationally known. So that's a pretty wild thought, like 30 languages. That's pretty cool. He is known, international acclaim, author. So that's number 3. We're going to actually need to talk about the fact, number 4, that he has written across the genres. Like, he writes action, adventure, he writes mystery, he writes, like slice of life, school sort of stories. He is part of the 39 Clues series as well, which a lot of authors contribute to, but he has as well. So he's written historical fiction. He is just all across the genres. So if you have a certain type of book you like, Gordon Korman has probably written it. So that's another reason to get on board the Gordon Korman train. Okay, number 5. Number 5, he is so in tune with his audience. His target audience of middle school kids, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade can go a little lower. But I have known fans of Gordon Korman that are in their 40s. In other words, dads who are like, hey, yeah, I read that book when I was in middle school. So he is a generational sort of author. And that's another really cool thing about Gordon Korman. So which books should you read? Well, a few of my favorites would definitely be Restart is one of my all-time favorites. One of the things I love about that book is it's really the story of a bully and how a bully ultimately sees how his actions impacted other kids, other people at his school, because, he gets hit in the head. He falls off a ladder, I think, and he suffers amnesia. And as a result of the amnesia, he doesn't really realize, he has forgotten, that he was a bully. So that's a pretty cool premise. Another one that I really, really, really love, it's probably my favorite, but I don't know, it's hard to say. I never have a bad experience with Gordon Korman books, but another one of his that I really love is Schooled. Now, the thing that's cool about Schooled is the fact that it's a hippie. This kid is grown up his whole life in a hippie commune, and he ultimately has to go to a public school for the first time in his life. And it's very much a fish out of water story, but at the same time, there are some really interesting elements in it that you can see, because you might know what public school is like. So seeing how, he doesn't really understand the point of lockers. If you're on a commune and you share everything, why would you lock stuff up? So there's some really great pieces to that story that I love. Also, a lot of his books, and this is number 6, most of his books are written in a point of view. So each chapter takes on a point of view. So the chapter heading will have the character's name, and then it'll have, that point of view from that character, which is a really great way to read a book. It gives you lots of different characters to learn about and get interested in and see their perspective on things. So I really like that aspect of all of his books. You cannot read a bad book by Gordon Korman. I'm telling you, like everybody that I've ever recommended a Gordon Korman book to has come back and thanked me. So keep that in mind. Did I tell you about Crosby? I got to tell you about Crosby. So a kid that at my school, he made it a goal of his to read all of Gordon Korman's books during the school year. So he'd come in and he'd read every day. And I love that. I mean, it just makes my heart happy. Retired school librarian, but still love the fact that Crosby would do that. So Crosby, if you're watching this, shouting out you, man. And definitely get your hands on a Gordon Korman book. I mean, it can be this one, or it can be this one, or it can be this one. Or of course the Swindle series here, like the Swindle series is great. I mean, it's very seasonal too. There's a lot of fun stuff to uncover in the Swindle series. So check it out for sure. A lot of students that I have encountered love to collect his books too and have a whole Gordon Korman shelf. So they're great for gifts as well. So what are you watching this video for? Go find a Gordon Korman book and read it. Go, do it. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you could click, subscribe, that would just make my day. And if you could, click the like button and maybe even share this video with somebody else, that would be pretty awesome too. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.